In our Sunrise Smart Start, Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren announcing she will resign after pleading guilty to felony charges related to campaign finance.
Mayor Warren will give up her position as part of a plea deal that was negotiated during the initial stages of a trial surrounding campaign finance violation charges. That plea deal resolves her campaign finance charges and a separate set of weapons and child endangerment charges after the mayor's home was raided back in May.
She is someone who is vested in her constituents and continues to represent them. So, yeah, I mean, that certainly was an issue in this case, resignation, because, look, she's going to be out of that office in less than 30 days after the resignation point. So she will fulfill her term, more or less.
The mayor was willing to, all three defendants were willing to take responsibility today. Obviously, the mayor will no longer be mayor on January 1st, one way or another, prior to today. It was time to, I think it's time for our community and the city to put this past us.
Also part of that deal, Mayor Warren will be allowed to retain her license to practice law in the state of New York.
Well, Malik Evans responding to the mayor's resignation as well. Evans says his priority is to move forward and turn a new page. Evans says the city can't let the news distract from several issues at hand right now, including a rise in gun violence and growing poverty rates.
What I'm happy to do is to continue to work with the residents in the city of Rochester and everyone that wants to work to make our city strong. And I think that is what we all have to do together. I think all of us in this room and those that are not in this room have an obligation to work to ensure that we build a strong city. A strong city is not just dependent on me or you or others. It's us collectively.
Evans, of course, won the Democratic primary back in June. He is still a member of City Council at this time and says that group will work with the current administration until this year's mayoral election results are finalized in November.
According to the plea deal, Mayor Warren must leave office by December 1st. Deputy Mayor James Smith will take over until a new mayor is sworn in at the beginning of next year. For all the latest on the mayor's resignation, all you have to do is head to our website. We're at rochesterfirst.com.
A lot of content there. In other news this morning, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is looking for this missing teenager. Deputies say 14-year-old Emma Franklin has not been seen since 5 o'clock yesterday evening. She was last seen at her home in Clarkson wearing a black hoodie with Chinese symbols and either gray or black sweatpants. Franklin is 5'6" with red hair and blue eyes. If you have information about where she is, you're asked to call 911.
Happening today, Dimitri Cash, the father of 2 children abducted in Greece earlier this year, is due in court later today. Cash, along with 2 others, has been indicted on multiple charges by a Monroe County grand jury. On January 18th, an Amber Alert was issued for 3-year-old Shakiria Cash and 5-year-old Dimitri Cash after they were forcibly taken from a foster home on English Road. On January 20th, the children were found unharmed in Montgomery, Alabama.
James Gilbert with us. James, looking to put all that rain behind us on this Tuesday.
Yeah, still the remnants out there, right? We've got wet roads across the region. It'll probably be a wet commute for you. But the only place seeing rain showers really the southern part of the state as of right now. Temperatures generally in the 60s. So it's a comfortable run for you on this Tuesday. Normally we're talking about a little bit of a bite to the air. Not the case. A little bit of fog to watch out for as we start off this Tuesday, but otherwise looking pretty good. We quiet down as we get through the afternoon. Definitely can't guarantee much sun, but the rain will move out and those temperatures continue to climb. Bus stop forecast and a last look at the 8-day at the end of the show. Mark?
James, thank you. Time to check the roads again with our Sunrise traffic. Tracking a few accidents at this hour. One on East Main Street and Alexander Street in Rochester. Another on South Avenue and Rockingham in the city. Also a couple on 390. 390 South at Vintage Lane in Greece. And another on 390 South at Jefferson Avenue as we give you a live look at 390 by the airport. 490 and 590 up to speed at last check.
Well, today, the woman who exposed internal data showing Facebook knew its platform had harmful impacts on the well-being of young teens and society as a whole will testify.
Joined by Washington correspondent Raquel Martin this morning, who is live in D.C. anticipating that testimony. Raquel, good morning. Do we have a sense of what questions the Senate committee plans to ask today?
Good morning. Well, we do expect them to ask many questions to this whistleblower who we know is going to be calling on Congress to take action to hold Facebook more accountable. She says they can't be trusted to oversee themselves. Now, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have expressed outrage following these new revelations and have all said, or many of them rather, have said they want to take action.
Well, what are lawmakers asking Facebook and other platforms to do in response to all of this?
Well, we know that some lawmakers are looking at several pieces of legislation, some saying they want to hone in on their practices, how Facebook or other social media platforms promote content. They're also looking at how they might be able to hold them accountable in a legal way. I know Senator Josh Hawley out of Missouri saying he wants to give parents the ability to directly sue Facebook for damages for their kids. So there are a wide range of ways that lawmakers are looking at how to hold them accountable. But we do know that there is some pushback from some lawmakers who don't want to over-regulate. They say they don't want to stifle innovation. So definitely a very delicate line that they have to find.
Raquel, thank you so much. As many of you noticed, Facebook and Instagram were out for several hours, and late last night Facebook said an outage was due to configuration changes on the backbone routers that coordinate network traffic between data centers. It says there's no evidence, though, that user information was compromised.
All right, in other news, officials working to pinpoint the cause of a massive oil spill just off the coast of Southern California. An oil slick measuring some 13 miles was first spotted Saturday. Investigators say a ship's anchor may have struck a pipeline on the ocean floor.
Now for the latest COVID numbers from Monroe County officials, they say 4 new COVID-related deaths have been confirmed in Monroe County. Yesterday's update also reporting 148 new cases. The 7-day rolling average positivity rate now over 200 cases a day. County health officials also say 97% of those under 65 who died from the virus between March and September were not vaccinated.
Governor Hochul signing a new law to help the state's homeless, disabled veterans, and elderly SNAP recipients buy prepared meals. The law creates a statewide restaurant meals program where SNAP recipients can use their benefits at participating restaurants.
Today is about feeding people. It's very simple. Basic human need to be fed. And that whole premise of what is a simple proposition that people deserve to have food on their table and little children go to bed not with their tummies growling but with a full sense that they have been nourished. And that right has been denied for too long through no fault of anybody else's other than this pandemic has been brutal.
The governor also announcing the launch of a $25 million restaurant resiliency program providing relief during the pandemic. Businesses can apply for that funding online at ny.gov. Here's what a lot of folks are going to be talking about at the water cooler this morning. We got a baseball game tonight, and it's a big one. The Major League playoffs begin with baseball's greatest rivalry, the Yankees and Red Sox, facing off at Fenway in a one-game wild card matchup. The winner will get the Tampa Bay Rays in the American League Division Series. First pitch is set for 8 o'clock.
It's going to be a good one to watch, that's for sure.
We'll watch as much of it as we can.
Right. Right. And for that early alarm wake up, the wake up time now is 6:55. If we have a rain shower outside, it's likely across Yates County. Most of us dry. We'll call it mostly cloudy. Sun hasn't quite come up yet. We're getting a little bit of twilight. Official sunrise time at 7:13 this morning. We're hanging in the 60s. That means a warm finish and a pretty mild start and a warm finish with a slow clearing throughout the day. Let's take a last look at the 8-day forecast. This looks more like an early September forecast than a mid-October 70s, even into early next week.
All right, looks good. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.
Closed caption.